Today we are going to do a little drawing activity. We are going to be drawing some pumpkins and making them look realistic on our paper. So when you get your paper, first thing you're going to do, as always, is put your name on the back and your class code. So once I have my name on one side, I just flip it over, and now that side's the back. Today we're drawing with Sharpies, and you do not need to draw with pencil before drawing with Sharpie today, because this is a pretty easy peasy drawing that we're going to be doing. I'm going to start by doing a dot towards the top of my paper in the middle, and then a dot towards the bottom of my paper in the middle. And these two dots are going to be guidelines for me to draw my pumpkin. So I'm going to start by doing a curved line kind of off to the side. It's kind of like a really wide C. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I know pumpkins are really bumpy and have kind of different shapes to them. See, like on my pumpkin here, this side is a little bit smaller than this side. We can tell it's all bumpy all over, so I'm not worried about this being perfect, right? Because pumpkins in real life are not perfect. So to make our pumpkin look 3D, now let's do the stripes that show these different sections of our pumpkin. So I'm going to start at this top dot that I drew and do another curve line down to the bottom dot. And I'm trying to kind of match the curve I created. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And then we're going to do two more, starting at the top, curving down to the bottom, starting at the top, curving down to the bottom. All right, so I've got my pumpkin drawn. Now it's time to do our stem. So I'm going to do one little curve line, second vertical little curve line, and then a little circle at the top, and that's going to make our stem look realistic. Now you might decide to do a little curly, wavy line to show the vine that the pumpkin came off of, and you might even want to show a leaf on your pumpkin. You do not have to. Those are choices for you to make. So, one more time. I'm going to get my paper. Once my name's on it, I'm going to do two little dots. My paper is turned horizontally. And then I'm going to create a curve line. Curve line. Starting at those top dots, doing more curve lines on the inside to show the roundness of our pumpkin. There we go. Two little curves for the stem connected with an oval. And you might even decide if you want to, you could even make this have a spooky face or be a carved pumpkin. So if you want to try to make your pumpkin look like it has been carved, then you can draw eyes and a mouth. Once you draw those eyes and a mouth, then with the Sharpie, you will just want to color in those sections. All right, now whether you decided to do a jack-o'-lantern or a normal pumpkin, it's time to add some color. So using these markers at your table, we're gonna color in a very specific way. So I'm gonna start with my orange marker, and when I'm coloring, I'm kind of turning my marker on its side, and I'm going to go just on the inside of this Sharpie line I did. I'm gonna show you guys an art room magic trick today. So to do that, we need to have a lot of marker just in certain areas of our drawing. So again, I'm turning my marker on the side so I get a really wide line. If I use my marker like a normal, it'll be a really thin line. See the difference? So I'm kind of turning it on its side to try to get a wide line. And I'm going on both sides of the pumpkin lines I drew. So I'm outlining these little stripes that I drew on my pumpkin. And then I'm going to show you how we can kind of create like a magic trick from this. In the background, I'm also going to add some color details using the cool colors. Remember, our cool colors are blue, green, and purple. So using some of those cool colors, you're going to do some sort of pattern in the background. It could be polka dots, it could be stripes. You can use one cool color or all of them. But all in the background, I'm going to do some sort of pattern. I also might decide with my green marker to add some detail around the vine of my pumpkin and the leaf if you drew one. And you might even decide to add a little bit of detail on the brown. Again, I'm turning my marker so it's got that wide line and just tracing along the outside. Once you are all done with your background and your pumpkin drawing, then we are going to add some water to our drawings. So at your table, you will have your paint tray, just like always, but you will just have a paintbrush and a cup of water. And what we're gonna do is kind of an art room magic trick. So you're gonna take your paintbrush, dip it in your water, and then you're gonna paint on top of that marker. And you'll notice that this water kind of wakes up the marker and makes the color start to spread. So it's kind of like painting, but we're using the ink from the marker. So I'm gonna go over my whole pumpkin, and it might take a second for the ink to wake up. So you might have to, go back and forth over the marker lines a little bit, and you're gonna use that water to paint your pumpkins orange. When you are all done painting your pumpkin, then you're gonna do your background. When I'm doing my background, I want to try not to touch my pumpkin. I don't want my cool colors to mix with my pumpkin colors. So while I'm getting close, I'm not getting all the way onto my pumpkin. But my water is gonna do the same trick in the background, where that water touches the marker and then makes the marker ink start to spread. All right, artists, I can't wait to see your pumpkins. When we are all done with these, we're gonna put them on the drying rack like we do with all of our wet artwork, and then you can grab a free draw.